You ever be in an interview with an icon and you don't know how to sit in the chair? All of a sudden you forget how to.
You can take that cushion out too if you want.
Shania, I forgot how to sit in a chair. I was like, I said, she crossing her leg, I'm gonna cross my legs too. I'm gonna do the same thing here too. But this is the effect that you have on people. And so when you announced this album, this tour, the cover art for the single, I was like, let's go.
Let's go.
Giddy the F up, if you know what I'm saying. What does it feel like to put that out? What did it feel like? Because I feel like, I'm gonna say this and I mean it with the utmost respect, it feels like a very sure, grounded choice for you. It's not a contractual thing. It's not a, oh, well, it's time. This felt like a, I am ready, I'm here, and I wanna share this. What did it feel like to step into that space?
It's a good question. It's not like I want to share my naked body.
Right.
That's not about that. I'm not an exhibitionist, but I want to share where I've come and my frame of mind, and by example, share that I'm facing one of my greatest fears, and that is to be naked in front of anyone. So
It's a lot of people's fears.
Right? I know I'm not alone in this.
Yep.
And definitely as I get older, I'm like, I got to start looking at my body closer for health reasons.
Yeah.
I got to turn the lights on, and I got to look at myself, and I got to face, I got to look at all the the lumps and the bumps and all the faults that I avoid looking at normally in bright light in the mirror.
Right.
So this is now also a frame of mind healthy.
Ooh, yeah.
So I said, okay, look, oh my gosh, I think the only way to really get myself not over it, but to initiate and agree with myself that I have an insecurity about it. First of all, let's just say that right to yourself.
Right.
Is to just go head first. If I can do a photo shoot naked, this will launch me into a whole other mindset of, first of all, I'll feel a sense of accomplishment.
Right.
Yeah. Like I did it.
Now, did you have to do because the first thing I hear when we're talking about topless photo shoot for the single, I'm immediately like, okay, but what are my angles though? Were you in the mirror okay, but this one, this one's a really good one. Should I hit him with one of these? Do I hit him with one of these?
So
you know what I mean? Because you do have to get your situation together.
No.
You want to know where you look good from.
This was not a fashion shoot. Okay?
Okay.
This was not what's my best angle.
Yeah.
This was not you see, with fashion, the beauty of fashion, and that I have so much fun with, is how can I emphasize the things I like about myself? What colors look good on me? What brings out my eye color? What, what shoulder? What sleeve? What fabric? Do I want to look taller? Do I want to look tinier?
This was not that.
No. So the posing and all, that's all for fashion, which is great. It's great fun. It has its place in beauty. But the beauty with this shoot was the letting go and saying, there is no fashion about this.
Yeah.
This is back to roots, that's why I used mud. I didn't use mud for you can see everything. I'm all there. And I just, no mirror.
Right.
I didn't look back at anything. Wow. I didn't review. It wasn't about that. It wasn't about screening. And that's why it was so liberating. If I had been screening everything, then I wouldn't have accomplished anything. I set out to challenge myself.
Yeah.
And, not to make myself look good. It was to make myself feel good. And
do you?
Oh my gosh, this so worked. This was the best therapy ever.
Really?
Yes, you have to. Well, I can't speak for anyone else, but with me, I just I got to jump in. There's actually a song. It's a bonus song on the album, and it's called "On 3." and you may not have heard that yet, but it'll be coming, I guess, and it's all about on three, on the count of three.
The count, 1, 2, jump.
Jump, and that's exactly what I say. Worry about the rest later.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just don't have a choice when you hit a wall.
Yeah.
Or you get to the edge of a cliff and you have nowhere else to go. When you think you have nowhere else to go, you just have to
do it.
Just do it. And so that's what I did.
It is so true, and it makes me go back to a conversation you and I had on a stage for a show in Nashville, and we were talking about how different it is to go into the studio for you now, how different it is for you to perform on stage now, how you warm up in a different way, how you have embraced this different tone in your voice and really found new ways to highlight what you can do vocally. This tour, right? I imagine you're employing all of that experience in it, but what is the most different for you this time around? I mean, you've toured all over the world, right? Multiple times. But I feel like there's something different this time around. What is it that feels different for you now?
I'm going to enjoy the musicality more now. This album, Queen of Me, I had so much fun playing with the vocal arrangements, with just going for different intervals in my harmonies, more unpredictability. Playing with expressions. I mean, I'm just really exploring more on this album. So this gives me more places to go on the stage.
Yeah.
And I want to break things down a little more as well on the stage with the musicality of things.
Listen,
not, it's just I feel more playful.
Well, if there's anyone who can play on stage and make a big splash, it's you. I was at that Coachella show. Shania Twain. You know, every time I talk about you, I say your whole name. Shania Twain.
I love that.
Harry was there in that bedazzled jumpsuit, and all of a sudden we were in the audience having a particularly good time, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I heard, "Bum, bum, bum, bum." And out of the stage, I said to 4 people who I was with, if Shania Twain comes up out of that stage, you know I'm gonna lose my mind, right? And out of that stage you came, and it was like the entire crowd erupted. It was Harry's show, but it was really, that turned out to be your show.
Well, it was certainly my moment, I felt.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so fabulous.
It was so much fun. I have read that you and Harry have this this text exchange.
Yeah.
And how did you two first meet? How did you first come about being in touch with each other?
He was having a concert, and I was in the same town. I believe it was New York City, and
he had like 15 concerts in New York City. He had like
early on though.
Yeah.
No, this is much earlier on. Like we've been texting now for, several years now.
Oh wow. Okay.
So, he wasn't the Harry Styles he is now. He was still, I'm saying, but
right.
He was well on his way. But I mean, now he's like a different Harry Styles.
Yeah, agree.
Same but different. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So we met backstage, and he was very easygoing. It was very lovely and very, just very easy.
Yeah.
And we exchanged numbers.
Okay.
And then he calls me one day and says, would you call my mother for her birthday? I think he wanted me to sing or something.
Oh, like a birthday
over the phone.
message.
Yeah.
Like a shout out on the.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I did that, and I think he was just always just really grateful for that and thankful for that. And we stayed in touch, and since then, just like random things, not
Right.
Nothing professional. So.
And so then he just hit you one day and was like, hey, so I'm doing Coachella. And I was wondering, really?
Yes, would you come on the first weekend? And I said, well, I can't come on the first weekend, but I'll come on the second weekend.
Right.
And he was okay about that. He was very polite about it. And then, but then, a little time goes by and he goes, I really, really, really want you to come on the first weekend.
Right.
And I'm thinking, gee, I thought, he's got the 2 weekends, the 2 And I thought, well, I wasn't really sure what difference that would make.
Yeah, you got to be there.
But
you got to be there to know.
To him.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I think what it was that it mattered to him that it was that weekend and that first show. And I thought, well, I'm gonna go out of my way and do it. And it's Harry, and he's a lovely guy.
I mean, he's one of the best.
He's such a sweetheart.
He is. He really is.
Yeah.
I agree with you. It has been my experience that he is as well. I've had a couple of really great conversations with him, even like at the after party at SNL. You know, where things get a little sloppy. He still had great conversation. You know what I'm saying? But your costume, your wardrobe on stage, even for that was next level. I'm curious. Will you be paying homage to the Shania Twain of the past with this new tour? Are there going to be homages like you did at the award show? I mean, I'm
There should be, right?
Right? Just little winks, even.
I know, little winks.
Little winks.
That's a good suggestion. I mean, why not? I usually do in one way or another.
Right.
But I'm still putting my wardrobe together right now, and this is part of my. I meditate on these things.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll see how it evolves.
Can I just ask you a question I probably shouldn't ask you? This is a very daring number.
Yes.
For multiple reasons.
Yeah.
The crunches you have to do. Shania Twain!
You know what? Well, I figure it's not bad for now. You know, for this point in my life, I'm good with it.
For any point in anybody's life. Shoot.
I'm not perfect.
This would be good. You know what I mean? Like, women at prom. Kids, don't try this at home. But I mean, incredible shape.
Well, I think I'm just feeling, I haven't been bearing my midriff so much over the last year, so I'm thinking, why not? Why am I not doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my, why not moment,
I love it. And so we will see some of those, homage situations in the show.
Yes, I will be celebrating my the recovery of my singing voice, or of a singing voice that I enjoy.
Yeah.
It's not the exact same one, but
which is a really interesting. I'm sorry to interrupt you there, but I do think it is an interesting thing to point out that while your voice is a beautiful singing instrument, it is a different instrument. You're playing that instrument differently or in a different way now in your career than you did before, and have fallen in love with that sound as opposed to trying to sound another way or wishing you sounded another way. We talked before, and you were honest with me about it has been difficult to come to terms with that, but now I love this instrument I have.
Well, it was almost impossible to come to terms with not being able to ever sing again, where anybody would ever want to hear me, trust me, including myself. So the fact that this, first of all, the journey of determining what was wrong and then attacking it, meaning getting on that operating table, getting an open throat surgery, and then, and you have to be awake for it, you have to be conscious, you have to sing and speak while they're placing everything.
Wait, hold on. I didn't know that. You have never told me that part.
Okay, maybe I didn't want to be graphic, but it's.
But wait, you were awake on the table when they were doing that portion of the surgery?
Yes, you have to be. Yeah, because they have to be able to see. You have to, sing different notes on the scale. You have to speak. You have to give them different vowel sounds. They have to be able to see where the folds will come together symmetrically.
Right.
And then they have to put supports in, literal physical supports like crutches.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. It's like any body part that's out of control and not working properly.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't the vocal cords, it was the anatomy, the actual.
The structures around it.
Yes, around it, the larynx itself. So.
Whoa.
Needed the support. And
so every time you sing, it's kind of a miracle.
Right. So I'm singing now differently, but with so much gratitude. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I am like, wow. When I got over that, when I could finally speak again, when I could phonate again.
Yeah.
It was resonant. And I'm like, I cannot even believe that I've even got a voice after all of this. But, and then G, I'm like, wow. So whatever that sound is when I'm singing, as long as I apply what I already know, and I can apply my style, even if it's not exactly the same sound that comes out.
We are happy with that.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Even if nobody loves it, I'm still doing it.
I hear that.
Because it's like,
I'll give you some on that one.
I mean,
Yes,
like,
absolutely.
I mean, that's like saying never sing in the shower. Like, well, what do you mean never sing in the shower?
Right.
If I can sing, I'm friggin' singing.
I hear that. And if you're singing, we're buying tickets, period. I want to ask you about the Super Bowl because Rihanna is now going to be our performer for the Super Bowl this year. You have done it.
I have.
And what do you remember about how things changed as a result of doing this kind of once-in-a-lifetime performance, headlining this once-in-a-lifetime performance? What do you remember about your experience being like, oh, this is different?
Exactly, that it was different. The whole experience was different. I was touring at the time, and I was very distracted by the tour, and then all of a sudden there's this one-off thing that's really throwing off my whole routine. On the road, I'm very disciplined.
Right.
So I don't think I really understood the significance or appreciated the significance of it. I was more distracted by the fact that I was doing something that was really throwing me off. And
This is really not in line with the rest of the plan right now.
I don't know.
This halftime show thing. Can we get that over with?
It wasn't that, but I could sense the enormity of it.
Right.
You know, because just the organization of it is, it's overwhelming.
Being able to pull it off is in itself a feat.
Very much so.
Yeah.
In that
Physically.
little time slot, I'm like, oh my God, we're rushing everywhere. We're being pushed, and no one. It was a little overwhelming, but I mean, every step of the way it was what? Are you serious? You know, and I was like, oh my God, keep it together, because you're gonna have to get back out on your own concert stage probably tomorrow. So
Right.
you better keep it together. It's kind of overwhelming. That's what I would say. So, but when it was over, and I realized, only then did I realize the enormity of it.
Yeah.
And the impact that it had.
And how long people will talk about it, how people will never forget it. It will be returned to over and over and over again.
Yeah, it was epic. So my appreciation of it came more in retrospect and looking back on it. And isn't that the way with so many great things in life and career?
Yep.
It's only when you have a minute to stop and you're going,
Pause.
wow, that was really one of the greatest moments.
How do you think Rihanna's gonna do?
Oh my God, she's like.
She's gonna kill it. Rihanna's gonna kill it.
I would not.
She's gonna kill
on.
it. Okay, now.
She's gonna be amazing.
You know, there were a number of years ago. There was a situation, and let's just say you weren't necessarily enthused by, but now I wonder, all these years later, Brad Pitt.
Oh.
Still don't impress you much? I mean...
He's such, you know what, he's such a hottie. Of course he's part of my irony and my songwriting. He's like the one that would be in that song.
Right.
And I'm sure he takes it in that spirit, or at least I hope he does. But
Same. I'm sure he does. I mean, come on,
I'm sure he has a sense of humor.
Did you see him with the haircut at the Globes?
He's hot, right?
Ooh,
I mean,
Shania.
yeah, he's so hot.
I mean, it's crazy, too, because, like...
I do like the shorter hair.
That's where he's at. He's even shorter now. He's back to the...
Yeah. It's, I mean, you know, he's got a great face.
Right. I want you to tell me about... There's a point that... It's really that point in the song that you came out with Harry. The... Right? And the Let's Go Girls. Where did that come from?
You know
Is that
what?
something that you had been like... Were you like, what's the phrase after that first guitar situation? What am I gonna say?
I know, right? Like, why didn't I say "Let's go, Harry"? By the way. No, like just as
At
you're saying
Coachella?
this.
That's funny.
What is wrong with me, Harry? I'm sorry. Can rewind and do that again?
An apology for Harry at Coachella. I'm sure he won't accept, but that is funny.
No, what? Now I only realize it now. That was very. That was very. not, what would I say, inconsiderate of me. That was
so
not
funny.
good. Okay, that wasn't cool of me.
Well, listen, everybody, we were all ready to go with you. But where did it come from?
Well, the song started out, so that brilliant riff is Mutt's riff.
Okay.
As a producer, he's like sitting around going down, 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 and down, 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 down. Just repeating that over and over again. And to break that, and first of all, he was like, well, we started with the hook.
Right.
Man, I feel like a woman. So his initial hook was this down, 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 down. And then it's like, okay, I need you to come up with something like this. It's got to have this phrasing. He didn't know the melody. Just said it's got to be like da, 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 da. And so the whole, it was one morning. So the whole
Right.
morning he's just, doing that thing. And then I just said, what about Man, I Feel Like a Woman? I mean, I said everything. Like,
right.
I said everything. I had everything you could imagine. I was throwing out all kinds of lyrics that were in that phrasing.
Yeah.
And then he's like, no, nah, maybe. And I'm like, okay, Man, I Feel Like a Woman. Almost fell off his chair. Loved it. He knew that was it. But we needed to get into this verse with a break.
Mm-hmm.
And the Let's Go Girls happened on the mic. He goes, just give me some, attitude. And there it was, Let's Go Girls.
It is that simple?
Yeah, it was just, jamming it out on the microphone.
It almost didn't happen.
No, it wasn't part of the writing. No. I just did it while I was doing the vocals. Oh, Let's Go Girls.
Be an icon like Shania Twain and just accidentally come up with magic. Cause you want something right now? Okay. Let's go, girls.
There were no girls in the room, trust me. I was in the mode of the lyric of the song and the attitude. This is an exclamation mark, this song, as a lyric.
Twain.
Let's go, girls.
The gift that keeps on giving.
But shouldn't I have said, let's go, everybody? I don't know. I don't know why I said that.
Nope, you said exactly what needed to be said, when it needed to be said. It was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. Much like this interaction with you, I so enjoy sitting down for these interviews. I hope that you keep calling me back. You are a dream. I cannot wait to see you on this tour and to see how you turn it up and turn it out. And we are better for it, really and truly.
Oh, thank you. Well, if you see Harry next before I do, please tell him that you prompted this.
Let's just get in right now.
Afterthought.
Harry.
Why didn't I say that?
Harry, we got something we want. Harry, can you hear us? I'm with my friend Shania, and this is Shania Twain. You know her.
You do get the guitar part.
Okay, so Harry, we're gonna redo the intro to the Coachella performance. Okay, so you ready? Bow, 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 bow.
Let's go, Harry.
That's for you, Harry.
And there you go.
Come on! Yes!